Alright, so I was going to do a quick video today about broken studs in your Ford Explorer. So you'll see I've already got this thing taken apart, and there's different videos out there that show you how to work on this stuff. But I wanted to show you the easy way to do it. So what I had was I had a broken stud on my Explorer, and I had one stud that I just didn't like. It was like the threads had been cross-threaded by a previous owner, and maybe he had a shop do it or whatever, but the threads never felt good. So I went ahead and I've already changed the one stud. I'm getting ready to change the broken stud now. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So basically, if you have a broken stud on your Explorer, it can come from a couple things. Most commonly, you probably had a shop that used an impact on it and they over torqued the lug nuts, and what happens is it actually stretches and twists these and they can break off. So you see it didn't break up here, it broke all the way down here at the bottom, and on this one it just broke clean off, and I didn't know it. And I'd actually had the lugs off and on a couple times, but I did notice when I first got this vehicle and went to take the wheels off, this particular one, it was really tight. Like really tight, overly tight. I couldn't get off with my impact. I had a big breaker bar trying to get off. And so I think what happened, it had been really overstressed for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know, maybe a dealership guy did it or what have you. But either way, I think just over time, me taking them off and on a few more times since then, it just eventually had weakened it and broke it. So anyway, I went down to my local AutoZone, and they have the studs that you need. And this is what it looks like. This is the part number here, 6104441. It is the stud that you need. It's just a stock replacement stud. You'll notice it has a flat spot on one side. That's important because in here, let me get my light. There is a flat spot right there in the back of the rear end housing. If you can see it and see where the stud lines up, it actually will knock out and clear right in here. Now a trick to getting the new stud in, you'll see this backing plate here, there's actually some screws that hold it in place. If you take that off and take the screws out, you'll take it off of here like this, and you can rotate this around. I don't know if it's easier to go left or right, but see that big square there where you take it off? If you move it back this way like so, that square will line up right in here, and you can actually get the stud to go all the way through. So a lot of people say they can't get the stud in it, they want to cut the stud down or whatever, but that's not the way to do it. You just take this back plate, unbolt it, move it around till you get that big hole there lined up. You can actually push the stud in from the back. Once you have it here, the next thing you're going to need is you're going to need a stud installer, and it looks like this. You'll see mine's really anti-seized up. And I also use an open-end lug nut. Now these are 1/2x20 lug nuts, and you basically put this on the edge of the stud like so, and you put the lug nut on it like this, and as you tighten it up, it actually pulls the stud through. Now a trick here to help you so you don't put a lot of pressure on it is you get some flat wheel washers like this, and you put some on there like so. That helps. Then you put this tool on there like this, and then you put your open end lug nut on there. And you can take a regular socket or a impact. I like to use my impact and just slowly pull it in and ratchet it on, and you're looking at the back to see when it goes flat and flush. When it does, you just spin this back off, and your stud is perfectly installed and straight. And if for some reason it's not, you can just go back in here with the tool and you can straighten it out. Just make sure it's pulled in flush. Just don't over tighten it. You don't want the same scenario where you over tighten this thing, but once it's tight, it'll be flat. You'll see it sticks through about the same as the others there, and you should be good to go. Just wipe off any excess. In this case, I used anti-seize. Wipe off any excess anti-seize that's on here and around your workspace, and you are literally good to go. And let me see if I can find the part number on this stud installer here to make it easy for you. Lyle is called a 22800 wheel stud installer. So really simple stuff, looks like that. Just wanted to give you a quick tip. If you have a Ford Explorer, or pretty much any vehicle like this, but specifically this Ford Explorer, and you have a broken wheel stud, this is the way to replace the wheel stud. Again, don't have to pull the axle out, don't have to go through all that trouble. You'll notice I have my heat gun here. Another thing that'll help you, you can use a torch. In my case, I like to use a heat gun. You just basically put it on the highest setting. You put it here. You let this sit in here for a couple minutes and get it really hot. And then you take your hammer. In this case, I have my, I guess this is a 3-pound hammer. And you just go ahead and you hit on the stud here and get it where it goes through. And then you take a punch and you drive it on out the rest of the way. And once it's out, you just line up with that little notch in the back. That comes out, put the new one in and pull it through like I showed you. And it's a done deal. So just a quick tip, how to change the stud on your Ford Explorer and the tools to do it. And again, it shouldn't take you long at all. You just have to get the truck off the ground, use some jack stands, and that way you can actually rotate this, put the truck in neutral, and then you can actually rotate this around to get it to line up. Any questions, let me know. And that's all it is to it. All back together, ready to go. Easy peasy. Hope you like this video. Quick tech to the point.